Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad Hassan Ashraf, lecturer zoology at Faisalabad campus. We are going to discuss a lecture about agricultural resources and their management. What is the agriculture is? So agriculture is the process of producing food, feed, fiber and many other desired products by the cultivation of certain plants and the raising of domesticated animals, which is also called as the livestock. So agriculture is a process which not only associated with the plants, it is actually associated with the production of the food, feed and the fiber, which can be obtained from the plants by production of different crops, and we can also include different animal farming in the form of the livestock in the mechanism of agriculture. So agriculture deals with both our croplands as well as with our livestock. So the cropland are indirectly associated with the human being through the livestock, because livestock, they are the herbivorous organisms, so we need different pasture land or the crops for their feeding. So that's why agriculture include production of food for human and for feeding of the livestock as well. Farming. The practice of agriculture is also known as farming. The farming can be divided into two categories. The first one category is the subsistence farming. The second one category is the commercial intensive agriculture or industrial agriculture. In the subsistence farming, forms a small area with limited resources inputs and produces only enough food to meet the needs of his or her family. So this subsistence farming is a small scale farming. In this farming, a person can obtain diet, vegetables and the food only for his family. It is not at commercial level. So this is a small scale farming. The home gardening is an example of this type of farming. Then the commercial intensive agriculture or industrial agriculture. Such farming involves large fields and or number of animals, large resource inputs including pesticides and fertilizers, and a high level of mechanization. So this is a commercial level agriculture or farming. In this, a person work in a large field. That person is called as a farmer. Then that farmer used heavy machinery like the plovers, like the heavy tractors to cultivate crops in their farmland, in their fields, and then use different type of pesticides and fertilizers to obtain high productivity to sell in the market, and this is a commercial level farming. Agricultural production goods include timber, fertilizers, animal hides, leather, industrial chemicals such as starch, sugar, alcohol, and resins. It also includes fiber, means the cotton, wool, hemp, silk, and flax. Fuels including methane from biomass, ethanol, biodiesel. There are the cut flowers which are ornamental as well, and nursery plants. Then tropical fish and birds for the pet trade. All these activities include in the agriculture. The first few ones include the related particularly with the plants, their cultivation and obtaining different goods from the plants, and as well as we can use different animals for production of such as biofuels and methane production from the biomass, then the leather obtaining. These are the products of agriculture from the animals. Modern practices in agriculture. Agricultural chemistry, it is actually the branch or the includes the application of chemical fertilizers, chemical insecticides and chemical fungicides, soil makeup, analysis of agricultural products and nutritional needs of farm animals. So in the modern practices, one of the branches is agricultural chemistry, which deals with obtaining of different fertilizers, their application in the soil to increase the soil fertility, to obtain high productivity. There is also the use of the chemicals such as the insecticides, fungicides to protect the crops from the breakdown of these pests and the fungus. Then the quality enhancement of the agricultural products, all these are deal with in the agricultural chemistry. Then the next technique is the hydroponics. In this, the different crops are cultivated using the water technology. Then the plant breeding, hybridization, in which different hybrids are obtained. Then gene manipulation, the defective gene or the more important genes are introduced into new varieties. Then better management of soil nutrients, improved weed control and genetic engineering. These are the modern practices in the agriculture. Potential costs of modern agricultural techniques. As we move toward the technology, there are some drawbacks as well. The first one is the topsoil depletion, then groundwater contamination, degradation of rural communities, load conditions for farm workers, increased production costs. These are the different drawbacks which are by modern agriculture. Sustainable agriculture or the management of the agricultural resources, it is in this agriculture, sustainability is a complex idea with many facets including the economic, the social, the environmental. There are different issues. First one, the economic issues are: a sustainable farm should be a profitable business that contribute to a robust economy. So the first issue is that agriculture should contribute huge, or it should play a major role in the economy of a country. The second issue is the social one. It should deal fairly with its workers and have a mutually beneficial relationship with the surrounding community. That agriculture should be promoted which is required, which can give benefit to the workers and the owner of the fields. So that agriculture should be promoted which is the need of the local society. Then there are different issues which are related to the environment, particularly use of the fertilizers, the use of the pesticides that can degrade environment. Environmental sustainability in agriculture. It means good stewardship of the natural systems and resources that farms rely on. Among other things, this involves building and maintaining healthy soil, managing water quality wisely, minimizing air, water, and climate pollution, and promoting biodiversity. So, in the environment, there are the four major concerns are given over here, that we have to work for the development of the healthy soil and managing our water bodies. Then we should reduce the pollutions, all types of pollution including air pollution, water pollution and any type of other climatic pollution. Then we also have to promote our biodiversity. Sustainable agriculture practices include the first practice for sustainable agriculture is rotating crops and embracing diversity. Planting a variety of crops can have many benefits, including healthier soil and improved pest control. Then the second one is crop diversity practices include intercropping, means growing a mix of crops in the same area, and complex multi-year crop rotation. So first one solution is the rotating of the crops, because the main benefit of this is that if a pest is feeding on one type of crop, that can easily be eradicated by this type of crop rotating, because a pest feeding on one crop cannot live in the on the other crop. So for the 6 month we have to cultivate one crop, and for the next 6 months we have to move toward the next category of the crop. Second one is the solution is the planting cover crops. Cover crops like clover or a hairy vetch are planted during off-season times when soil might otherwise be left bare. These crops protect and build soil health by preventing erosion, replenishing soil nutrients, and keeping weeds in check, reducing the need for herbicides. So we have to cover over fields by planting these type of cover crops, because they first provide first benefit is the prevention from the soil erosion, and if the upper soil is lost, that is actually the fertile layer. If that fertile layer is lost, then the productivity of the crop will definitely reduced. So the field or the crop land should not be left bare, that should be covered with these cover crops. Reducing or eliminating tillage, this is the third method or the third category for the management. Traditional plowing or the tillage prepares fields for planting and prevents weed problems, but can cause a lot of soil loss. No-till or reduced-till methods, which involve inserting seeds directly into undisturbed soil, can reduce erosion and improve soil health. So the technique of the plowing or the tillage can definitely affect the soil layer. It softens the upper layer, which can be easily eroded by air or water. So for this process we should reduce the plowing or tillage. Next is the applying integrated pest management, that is IPM. A range of methods including mechanical and biological controls can be applied systematically to keep pest populations under control while minimizing use of chemical pesticides. So this is actually a type of biological control. In the biological control, because we use different living organisms to reduce the population of the pests. So in the integrated pest management we use the either the parasites or the predators of our pests. Those parasite or predator, when attack on the pests, they reduce they either kill them if they are a parasite, and they can capture and eat our pest if it is a predator. But one thing we should consider during selection of the parasite or predator, that organism should not affect the quality of our crop. That organism should not damage our crops in return. That should only remove the pest. So by applying this technique we can get rid of the use of pesticides. Then integrating livestock and crops, because in the agriculture both things are included. Livestock is important as well along with the crops. So these should be integrated. In industrial agricultural tends to keep plants and animal production separate, with animals living far from the areas where their feed is produced and crops growing far away from abundant manure fertilizers. A smart integration of crop and animal production can be a recipe for more efficient, profitable farms. Means both these things should be managed. The pasture or the crops or the food for the animals should be cultivated in the fields which is away from the area or the farms where the livestock is kept. Similarly, the crops should be grow away from the manure fertilizers. So these should be managed integratedly. Adopting agroforestry practices. Agroforestry, it is one of the modern techniques is used in the agriculture. This is by mixing trees or shrubs into their operations. Farmers can provide shade and shelter to protect plants, animals, and water resources, while also potentially offering additional income. So, in this technique, the cropland is also mixed with the plantation of the trees, and these trees can be a possible way of conservation of water, conservation from the soil erosion, as well as it provides shade for animals which are grown in the farmlands. Managing whole system and landscapes. Sustainable farms treat uncultivated or less intensively cultivated areas such as riparian buffers or prairie strips as integral to the farm, valued for their role in controlling erosion, reducing nutrient runoff, and supporting pollinators and other biodiversity. So we should move toward the management of the whole landscapes, and because some of the areas which are which are less cultivated, so these landscapes are the examples for the sustainable farming because they are less cultivated and they are having more productivities as compared to those areas which are extensively cultivated. These are the references for this study. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.